This is Optimal Living Daily Relationships, episode 131. My Life with a Narcissist. Is Your Ex One? Part 1 by Marce with lovesagame.com. And I'm Joss Marie, the host who narrates to you every Monday through Friday from some of the best relationship blogs in the world. I bring you dating, I bring you breakups, I bring you marriage, parenting, and so much more. And yes, it's always with permission from the authors. Today, I have part 1 of a 5-part post from a guest author on lovesagame.com. This series captures firsthand what it's like to date a narcissist. And while we've never featured an article this long, we decided to break it up into 5 parts and share it with you anyways, because it's a very popular post on lovesagame.com with hundreds of comments. If you have any topic requests you'd like me to cover here on the show, visit oldpodcast.com, or you can join our Facebook group and let us know that way too. To join, just search for Optimal Living Daily in Facebook and request access. Or the shortcut link is oldpodcast.com/Facebook. We'd love to hear your recommendations, so thank you in advance. But first, let's hear today's post and start optimizing your life. My Life with a Narcissist. Is Your Ex One? Part 1 by Marce with lovesagame.com. Preface from Eddie Corbano. Narcissists are out there and they need to be recognized and exposed. I knew they existed, but never had an idea of the devastation they could create in other people's lives until I read Marce's post about her personal experiences with a narcissist. It was in fact so helpful that I asked her to write a whole article on the topic to educate people what narcissists are and what they do. And most of all, to help you identify if your ex was one of them. This is an article starting with Marce's story, her suffering, her attempts to fix things, and ultimately, how she got out. You will find that the following is written from a very subjective, personal point of view, and this is exactly what makes it so helpful and valuable. Please read this. This is a must for everyone. Narcissism is a pattern of traits and behaviors which signify infatuation and obsession with oneself to the exclusion of all others and the egotistic and ruthless pursuit of one's gratification, dominance, and ambition. Quote, "I am in love with you," I responded. He laughed the most beguiling and gentle laugh. "Of course you are," he replied. "I understand perfectly because I'm in love with myself. The fact that I'm not transfixed in front of the nearest mirror takes a great deal of self-control." It was my turn to laugh. Anne Rice, Blackwood Farm. Now here's Marce's story. My Life with a Narcissist, a personal story. In the beginning, he was considerate, understanding, charming, suave, loving, and that is what sucked me in. I was in love, hook, line, and sinker. The suck-in. The relationship was intense and romantic, and he wanted to spend most of his free time with me. He called me pet names like princess and gorgeous. He told me that I was beautiful and just perfect. He made me feel secure in the relationship and said things like, he would always be there for me, he was going nowhere. He kept telling me how much he loved me and needed me, and that he had never met or found anyone like me. However, this was short-lived because after the honeymoon or sucking-in stage, the tables turned. Why? Well, narcissists love the honeymoon stage where they can just have fun and not be responsible or accountable for anything. Nor do they have to deal with any real issues that are necessary to take the relationship to a deeper emotional level. He loved the romance, adoration, admiration, and uplifting that I gave to him, and I think he thought he had found the one who would tolerate his weirdness without questioning it. In the beginning stages of our relationship, I never questioned anything because I loved him and completely trusted him. What I did not know at the time is that he did not have the ability or willingness to move past this stage of the relationship, and that soon he would get bored. He groomed me and trained me up to be the perfect source of his narcissistic supply. In fact, he even told others in my presence, "She is in training." He also told me on occasion that I continued to pass all the tests he'd set for me. When asked what he meant, he changed the subject and said, "I just can't fault you in any way." I would laugh coyly, but little did I know that he actually meant it. He was training me up and he was testing me all the time to see if I fitted in with his plans. Getting his attention and love made me very happy. So in reply, being his constant source of attention, affection, and nurturing was absolutely no problem for me at all, and in fact was very easy for me to do naturally. I loved him, and I wanted him to be as happy as I was. The devaluing. So what happened after the honeymoon stage? I saw a change in him, which resulted in a change in me. I was still his eager, willing, worthless, doting floor mat, but I started asking questions because things did not seem right in the relationship. Although I did take this very personally at the time and thought I was doing something wrong and it was me that was the problem, I also felt that perhaps I had failed to do something that I should have done or said. Was it something I said? So I would rehash conversations over and over again in my head. For fear of losing the love of my life, I used to end up apologizing for something that was not my fault and that I did not cause or create. In fact, often I did not even know why or what I was apologizing for, but I did it anyway because I did not want to lose him. Then I started to see a side of him that created so much confusion for me. With no valid reason, he started distancing himself from me, failing to keep arrangements that we had made. He seemed distracted and would make excuses. When I tried to establish what was going on and told him I felt we needed to talk about things, he quickly distracted me by sidestepping the questions. Narcs are brilliant at dodging questions that they do not want to answer, or in fact, cannot answer on important issues that affect you. One time after probing, he admitted that he had changed towards me, but offered no explanation or a valid reason why. To be continued. You just listened to part 1 of the post titled, "My Life with a Narcissist. Is Your Ex One?" by Marce with lovesagame.com. Thank you to Eddie Corbano for letting us share this post with you. We look forward to hearing the rest of it this week. And again, please let us know if there's a certain topic you'd like me to cover here on the Relationships edition of Optimal Living Daily. You can share your topic idea with us right at oldpodcast.com, or simply join our Facebook group and let us know that way. To join, just search for Optimal Living Daily in Facebook and request access, or the shortcut link is oldpodcast.com/Facebook. We look forward to hearing from you. And that's all for episode 131. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again tomorrow for part 2 of this post from lovesagame.com, where your optimal life awaits.
Hello, Life Optimizer. This is Justin Malik, creator and producer of this podcast, but also Optimal Living Daily, the show where I read to you from even more blogs covering finance, productivity, minimalism, personal development, and more from incredible bloggers like Derek Sivers, Zen Habits, Mark and Angel, The Minimalists, and all the ones you hear on this show too. So if you enjoyed today's episode and like taking amazing blogs on the go, come on over to Optimal Living Daily and subscribe to that one too. And together, we'll start optimizing your life.
You've been listening to Optimal Living Daily. Be sure to hit the subscribe button to stay up to date on each new episode, and head to oldpodcast.com, that's OLDpodcast.com, for a free gift as well as more actionable tips and resources to help you maximize your potential. Thanks for joining us, and remember, your optimal life awaits.